In a small village surrounded by green fields and quiet rivers, there lived a boy named Arga. Every morning, the village would come alive with laughter. Children ran, played, and competed with joy. But Arga was different. No matter what he tried, he always failed. When the other kids raced, Arga ran faster than anyone. Too fast. He rushed ahead without thinking, and within seconds, he tripped, fell, and watched everyone pass him by, again, and again, and again. One evening, as the golden sun slowly disappeared behind the hills, Arga sat alone under a large tree. His knees were covered in dust, his heart heavier than ever. "Why do I always fail?" he whispered softly. A gentle breeze passed through the leaves above him, and then a voice. "Maybe because you never stop to observe." Arga looked up. An old man stood beside him, his eyes calm, his presence peaceful. "I try my best," Arga replied. "I run faster, I try harder, but it never works." The old man smiled gently. "That is exactly the problem." Arga frowned. "What do you mean?" Instead of answering, the old man pointed toward the ground. "Look closely."
Arga leaned forward. At first, he saw nothing. But then, tiny movements. Ants. Dozens of them. Carrying food together, moving in a perfect line. They weren't rushing. They weren't competing. Yet somehow, they always knew where to go. "They don't move blindly," the old man said. "They observe. They understand. Then, they act." Arga watched in silence. For the first time in his life, he didn't rush. He didn't act. He simply observed. The next day, everything felt different. Arga stood near the field where the children were playing. But this time, he didn't jump in right away. He watched. He noticed how some kids started too fast and got tired quickly. He saw how others waited, then moved at the right moment. He watched the wind, the ground, the rhythm of everything around him. For the first time, Arga was learning.
Later that day, another race began. The children lined up. Dust rose beneath their feet. Excitement filled the air. Arga stepped forward. This time, his heart was calm. His eyes were focused. The signal was given, and just like before, everyone rushed forward. Fast, aggressive, unstoppable. But Arga didn't. He started slower, steadier, watching, waiting, understanding. One by one, the others began to slow down. Their breathing grew heavier, their steps less certain. And then, at the perfect moment, Arga moved, faster, stronger, smarter. He passed one runner, then another, then another. The finish line grew closer. His heart raced, but his mind stayed clear. One final step, and he crossed the line. Silence for just a moment. Then, cheers. Loud, joyful, unbelievable. Arga stood still, breathing, shocked. He looked at his hands as if he couldn't believe it. He didn't feel stronger. He didn't feel faster. But somehow, he had won. From a distance, the old man watched and smiled. Arga looked up and smiled back. He finally understood. Victory doesn't always come from moving faster. Sometimes it comes from seeing clearly. From that day on, Arga still ran, still played, still tried.
But he no longer rushed blindly. He observed. He learned. And then he acted. Because sometimes the greatest strength is not speed, but understanding.